And welcome to Hannity tonight. For the entire hour, we are at Wynn, Las Vegas Resort and Casino, and you're going to hear directly from presidential candidates Mitt Romney, Newt Gingrich, and Rick Santorum. And the focus of my questions will be on foreign policy issues. And just note, we also extended an invitation to Congressman Ron Paul, but he declined. And now, before the candidates, I am joined by somebody who has shaken up the race with a big endorsement. Take a look.
It's my honor, real honor, and privilege to endorse Mitt Romney. Mitt is tough, he's smart, he's sharp. He's not going to allow bad things to continue to happen to this country that we all love. So, Governor Romney, go out and get him. You can do it.
And joining me now to explain his decision is the one and only Donald Trump. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Welcome. It's great to be in your other neck of the woods, which is Vegas, New York. I mean, you have a presence kind of everywhere.
Well, we're sort of in a lot of different places.
You know, it's funny, and maybe I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. When I was with you about 2 weeks ago, we had a long discussion privately, off-air, about the candidates. And you were adamant and passionate that Mitt Romney needed to step up in these debates and show the person that he was showing you privately.
That's right.
And you were a little bit, you would say, why? Why isn't he not showing that? So Florida did that for you?
Well, I've gotten to know him very well over the last couple of months, and he's a different person privately. He's tough, he's sharp, he's great. He's just what we need. And somehow that didn't come across as well on a public basis. The debates did it. He stepped it up. It was great to see him during the debates. And Newt is a fantastic guy. I mean, he's a friend of mine, and he's really a good guy. But in fact, I think I saw in your show where he actually admitted that he didn't do particularly well those 2 evenings. And Mitt Romney did fantastically well in the debates, and he stepped up his game. And he's really, somebody said, a good friend of mine who's very political said it was the best political week of his life, and I think it was.
Oh, I think it was. But here's what's fascinating. With all the momentum that Governor Romney had coming out of New Hampshire, had a big lead heading into South Carolina, 2 debates later, 1 week later, he goes from a double-digit lead to a double-digit loss. Newt Gingrich is in the game. They're heading to Florida. Gingrich has a double-digit lead.
Right.
2 debates later. So it was I got the impression when I watched those 2 debates that Mitt Romney understood that his campaign he was in jeopardy of losing unless he stepped up.
I think you're right. He really stepped it up to a point that I didn't even know. I mean, as good as you can do, he did. Everything. Sharp, smart, tough, and it changed the whole momentum of the whole race.
Yeah. A lot of it, though, and a lot of people are complaining about, well, there was a lot of negativity, a lot of back and forth, a lot of negative ads run, a lot of negative attacks, a lot of minutia. But the reality is, as much as people complain, that works. It worked in Iowa, worked in South Carolina, worked in Florida. Right?
Well, actually, I saw recently on one of your shows on Fox, I won't say exactly which one because I don't know if you want me to, but that the most negative campaign ever run was Obama against Hillary and against John McCain. The most negative campaign, the most negative commercials. And unfortunately, it'd be nice if we could say it didn't have an impact, but it does have an impact. And he was tough. I was in Florida. I watched some of those commercials, and they were tough, but they were effective. But, he was also taking some pretty hard punches. I mean, there were commercials on Mitt that were pretty tough also.
Yeah, but it was about 6-1 favoring Mitt.
That is true. Yeah. And there was more money, and they were very effective commercials. But the most effective commercials, really, and not nice. Everyone talks about how Obama is such a nice guy. Excuse me. The worst of all time, they say, were the commercials that he did relative to Hillary and also relative to John
Remember when
McCain.
Bill Clinton said, they played the race card on me, and he was talking about the Obama campaign, and they planned it from the very beginning.
I know Bill Clinton very well. He's a friend of mine, and I can tell you he was not a happy camper, and this is a man that is the least racist person that you'll ever meet, and they played him and they played the race card. There's no question about it, and he was an angry man.
The